Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin. Today, we're going on a fantastic journey into a piece of Australian history that could be hiding in plain sight. We'll be looking at a single, very special coin from 1969 that holds secrets you won't believe. This is a story of change. First up, meet the star of our show, the 1969 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. This is the coin that started it all for Australia's most iconic shape. It's the very first of its kind, a true pioneer in the world of pocket change. This is the coin that replaced a silver round one and introduced the world to Australia's unique 12-sided 50-cent piece. Let's dive into its incredible history. In 1966, Australia introduced its first 50-cent coin, but it was a round coin made of 80% silver. Because silver was so valuable, the coin's metal content quickly became worth more than 50 cents, so people started hoarding it, and it disappeared from bank tellers' drawers and cash registers. The government had to act fast to solve this problem. By 1969, the Royal Australian Mint had found the perfect solution. They created a new 50-cent coin with a brand new shape and metal mix. This new coin was a 12-sided dodecagon, which made it very easy to tell apart from the 20-cent coin. It was made from 75% copper and 25% nickel, which made it strong, durable, and most importantly, no one would melt it down for its metal value. This is why the 1969 50-cent coin is so valuable to collectors. It's not just a coin, it's the first of its kind. It marks the moment Australia's coin system became truly unique and efficient. Every single 50-cent coin you see in your change today owes its shape to this one coin from 1969. The reverse design, featuring the Australian coat of arms with a kangaroo and emu, is a masterpiece of national pride. Now for the question you've all been waiting for. Is it really that valuable? The answer is a resounding yes, but it all depends on the condition. A standard 1969 50-cent coin that has been in circulation is worth a modest amount, maybe a few dollars. But if you find one that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value can soar. A gem quality, uncirculated example can be worth around $275, and the very best ones can command over $300. That is a fantastic return on just 50 cents. However, the true treasure lies in a very special version of this coin. Back in 1969, a private company called Nuffel Associates ordered a small batch of these coins to create a special collector's item called the Yarralumla Postal Numismatic Cover. The Royal Australian Mint struck around 2,000 of these coins on unpolished blanks, giving them a unique, specimen-like finish. These coins were never meant for general circulation. This is the coin that breaks the bank. A 1969 Yarralumla 50-cent coin is the holy grail for collectors, because only a tiny number were made, and many were lost or damaged over the years. Finding one in excellent condition is a major event. In fact, in 2020, a single specimen graded SB66 sold at auction for an incredible $1,250. That is over 2,000 times its face value. Imagine finding that in an old family collection. But wait, there's an even higher peak to reach. For the ultimate collectors, there are the proof versions of the 1969 50-cent coin. These are specially made coins with a mirror-like finish, struck for collectors and not for spending. The Royal Australian Mint produced just 13,000 of these beautiful coins. When a proof coin is graded as perfect, it can command astronomical prices. Take the 1969 proof 50-cent coin, graded PR69 DCAM, which means it is in nearly perfect condition with deep cameo contrast. One of these coins sold for $3,895 on eBay in 2018. That is a truly mind-blowing sum for a coin that started its life worth just 50 cents. This shows that the 1969 50-cent coin is not just valuable, it can be a life-changing find. So the maximum price you can sell a 1969 Australian 50-cent coin for is a staggering $3,895. But to achieve that, your coin would need to be a perfect, graded proof version. The standard uncirculated coins are worth hundreds, and the special Yarralumla specimens are worth over $1,000. This coin's value is real, and it is growing as more collectors discover its importance. How do you know if your 1969 50-cent coin is worth big money? First, look at its condition. Is it shiny and new or worn and dull? The shinier, the better. Second, check the edge. A standard coin will have a plain edge. A proof coin will also have a plain edge but will have a mirror-like surface. Third, if you have one of the Yarralumla coins, it will likely be in a special commemorative envelope. Don't just spend this coin without checking it first. Take a close look at your change, your old coin jars, and any collections you might have inherited. You could be holding a small fortune. The 1969 Australian 50-cent coin is a wonderful piece of history, and it might just be your ticket to an amazing payday. The best way to realize its maximum value is to get your coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate it and assign it a grade, which is essential for selling it to serious collectors for top dollar. Once graded, you can sell it through online auctions, coin shows, or to specialized coin dealers. This is how you unlock the coin's full potential. Imagine the feeling of turning a 50-cent coin from your pocket into nearly $4,000. That is the power of numismatics, and that is the story of the 1969 Australian 50-cent coin. It is a story of innovation, a portrait of a beloved queen, and a valuable treasure all rolled into one. So get searching, and you might just be the one to find this amazing coin. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Next coin, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin, is a true champion of everyday currency, and the one you're holding could be far more than just 50 cents. This single coin, featuring the elegant effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, holds a secret history and a bright future that could see its value skyrocket in ways you might never expect. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of this 12-sided marvel to uncover its potential. First up, let's talk about its incredible history, because you cannot understand a coin's future without knowing its past. The 1971 50-cent piece was born from a national crisis. When Australia switched to decimal currency in 1966, the first 50-cent coin was made from 80% pure silver. But very quickly, the value of that silver became worth more than 50 cents, and people began hoarding them, melting them down for a profit. The government had to act fast to stop the financial bleeding. This led to the creation of the 12-sided copper-nickel 50-cent coin in 1969, the very same design we see on the 1971 coin. This new shape was a masterstroke of design, specifically chosen to help the visually impaired easily tell it apart from the round 20-cent piece. The reverse side, featuring Australia's magnificent coat of arms with a kangaroo and an emu, was crafted by the brilliant royal jeweler, Stuart Devlin, and it remains an icon of national pride to this day. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter, the current value of a standard 1971 50-cent coin. In average circulated condition, this coin is common because the Royal Australian Mint produced a massive 21 million of them for the public. While a heavily worn coin might only be worth its face value, a coin in great shape is already worth more. If you have one in extremely fine condition, you could be looking at a value between $5 and $15 right now, which is a nice start for a coin you found in your change. But the real story begins when we talk about coins that have never been used. An uncirculated 1971 50-cent coin, one that has been carefully preserved, is currently valued at around $20.10, and a gem quality example can climb to about $63.90. This shows that condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. The better the shape, the higher the price climbs. However, this is where your jaw will drop. There is a version of the 1971 50-cent coin that is worth a small fortune. In 1971, The Royal Australian Mint released a very special proof set, a collection of coins from 1 cent up to 50 cents, each struck with a highly polished, mirror-like finish. The Mint only created 10,000 of these entire proof sets, making the 1971 proof 50-cent coin, inside them incredibly rare and highly sought after by serious collectors. This is the coin that breaks the bank. A perfect 1971 proof 50-cent coin, graded PR69 DCAM by PCGS, has sold for as much as $324 at auction. That is over 600 times its face value. Finding one of these in its original mint case is like discovering a hidden treasure, and its value is only going to go up as these pristine examples become harder and harder to find. And the potential for value does not stop there. Because the 1971 50-cent coin was minted in such high numbers for circulation, we are only now beginning to see a surge in demand from collectors who want to build complete, high-quality sets. As time goes on and more coins become worn or lost, the supply of uncirculated and proof coins shrinks. This is a basic law of economics. Lower supply plus steady demand equals higher prices. So can it be valuable in the future? The answer is a resounding yes, but for the right reasons. A common, worn 1971 coin will likely never be a retirement fund. But the investment potential lies in the exceptional pieces, the uncirculated rolls, the proof sets, and any coin with a unique minting error. For example, a 1971 50-cent coin with a curved clip error, where a part of the planchet is missing, can already command a premium of $100 to $250. These errors are rare and are only becoming more desirable. The absolute maximum value you could sell a 1971 Australian 50-cent coin for today is around $324 for a perfect proof example. But the future potential could see that figure rise significantly. As we get further away from 1971, and as more collectors from Australia and around the world compete for the best examples, prices for top-quality coins will likely appreciate. This makes the 1971 proof 50-cent coin a fantastic long-term investment. Imagine holding a 50-cent piece that could one day be worth $500 or even more. That is the power of numismatic rarity. The key is to look for coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you find a 1971 coin that looks like it was minted yesterday, with a deep, mirror-like shine, you should never spend it. You should get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC to lock in its value. Every single 1971 50-cent coin in your pocket has the potential to be something special. It is not just a piece of currency. It is a piece of Australian history, a story of economic problem-solving, and a potential lottery ticket all rolled into one. You should start checking your change, your old coin jars, and any collections you might have inherited, because you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. The journey of the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin is far from over. For those with a keen eye and a little patience, this coin offers a realistic and exciting opportunity to own a piece of history that is poised for growth. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a complete beginner, this coin is your invitation to the wonderful world of numismatics. So do not let this opportunity pass you by. Go and search through your spare change, your old drawers, and any forgotten boxes. That gleaming 1971 50-cent coin with the Queen's portrait might just be the start of your own personal treasure hunt. Remember, the coins we spend every day are not just money, they are time capsules. The 1971 50-cent coin is a perfect example, and its best days are still ahead of it. Thank you for watching and happy collecting. Second coin, the 1975 Australian 50-cent coin, is a secret treasure hiding in plain sight, and the single coin you might be looking at could be far more than just half a dollar. This 12-sided piece of history, featuring the elegant young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, is not just common pocket change. It is a true work of art and a potential goldmine waiting to be rediscovered. Today, we are going to uncover the fascinating story of the 1975 50-cent piece and reveal exactly why so many people desperately want to buy it from you. First up, let's travel back in time to understand why this coin was even made. The story begins in 1966 when Australia first switched to decimal currency. The original 50-cent coin was a round, beautiful piece made of 80% pure silver. However, that silver content soon became worth more than 50 cents, causing a national crisis as people began hoarding and melting them down for profit. To solve this problem once and for all, the Royal Australian Mint introduced a new design in 1969. A large, 12-sided dodecagon coin made from 75% copper and 25% nickel. The 1975 50-cent coin is a direct continuation of that brilliant solution. It was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, with a total mintage of just over 19 million coins. While that number might sound massive, you must remember that over 50 years have passed since 1975. A huge portion of these coins have been lost, damaged, pulled from circulation by banks, or simply worn down to nothing. The number of high-quality survivors is far smaller than you think, and that scarcity is what creates real value. The design of this coin is nothing short of magnificent. The obverse features the stunning second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the famous artist Arnold Machin. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, a wedding gift from Queen Mary in 1947. The reverse side showcases Australia's glorious coat of arms, complete with a kangaroo and an emu as proud supporters, designed by the royal jeweler Stuart Devlin, whose tiny initials SD are hidden in the field below the numerals. Now let's answer the burning question: how many people want to buy this coin? The demand is absolutely enormous. First, there are the dedicated set builders, collectors who want to own every single year of Australian 50-cent coins from 1969 to today. They need a 1975 coin to complete their collections, and they will pay a premium for nice examples. Second, there are the international collectors who admire Australia's unique 12-sided shape, a design found nowhere else in the world. Third, there are the error hunters, investors, and everyday Australians who have suddenly realized that the coins in their spare change could be worth a small fortune. The current value of your 1975 50-cent coin depends entirely on its condition, and this is where things get incredibly exciting. A heavily circulated coin that has been through hundreds of hands might only be worth a few dollars. But if you have a coin in extremely fine condition, the value jumps dramatically. A choice uncirculated coin graded MS64 is worth around $23, and a gem uncirculated coin graded MS65 can reach approximately $33. This is already more than 60 times its face value, a fantastic return for a coin you might have found under your sofa. But the true magic happens when we talk about the coins that have never been used. An uncirculated 1975 50-cent coin in MS66 condition is valued at around $51. And if you possess a perfect, pristine coin with full original mint luster and absolutely no marks, the value can climb to $75 or even higher. The maximum current value for a standard uncirculated 1975 50-cent coin is approximately $75 for a top-tier MS67 example, a price that will only increase as time goes on. However, there is an even more valuable version of this coin that you absolutely need to know about. In 1975, the Royal Australian Mint produced a very special proof set, a collection of coins with a mirror-like, highly polished finish that were never released into circulation. The Mint only created 23,000 of these proof 50-cent coins, making them significantly rarer than their circulation counterparts. These proof coins are struck on specially prepared planchets and handled with extreme care to ensure perfect surfaces. A proof 1975 50-cent coin in perfect condition is a breathtaking sight. The fields are like mirrors, reflecting light in dazzling patterns, while the raised design elements have a beautiful frosty contrast. One such coin, graded PR69 DCAM by PCGS, meaning it is nearly perfect with deep cameo contrast, recently sold at auction for an incredible $423. That is over 800 times its face value. This is not a myth or a dream. This is real money being paid by serious collectors. The maximum value you can sell a 1975 Australian 50-cent coin for at this moment is $423 for a flawless proof example. But the story does not end there. For those who love hunting for hidden treasures, there are mint-era coins from 1975 that can be worth even more. Imagine finding a coin that was struck 20% off-center, with the kangaroo and emu completely decapitated. One such era coin, a 1975 50-cent struck 20% off-center and graded MS62, has sold for a significant premium due to its dramatic and highly visible mistake. Another incredible error to watch for is the clamshell split planchet error, where the metal blank actually split apart during the minting process, creating a bizarre, shell-like appearance. These errors are extremely rare and highly sought after by specialized collectors who pay top dollar for unique minting mistakes. The 1975 50-cent coin is a fantastic hunting ground for these valuable errors, and you could be the lucky person to find one hiding in an old coin jar. Now, what about the future? Will this coin become even more valuable? The answer is a resounding yes. As each year passes, the supply of high-quality 1975 50-cent coins continues to shrink. Coins are lost in house moves, damaged by accidents, or simply worn down through daily use. Meanwhile, the number of collectors entering the market grows steadily. This classic economic equation of shrinking supply and increasing demand means one thing: prices are going up. The long-term outlook for the 1975 50-cent coin is exceptionally bright. Standard uncirculated examples could easily double in value over the next decade, and the proof versions, with their low mintage of only 23,000 coins, are almost certain to appreciate significantly. The proof coins in particular are considered a rock-solid investment because they were never circulated and have survived in perfect condition. Smart collectors are buying them now, while prices are still reasonable. So, is the value of this coin really high or low? The answer is that its potential is incredibly high. A common, worn coin has low value, but the moment you find an uncirculated or proof example, or a dramatic era coin, the value skyrockets. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You never know what you might find. That 50-cent piece sitting in your drawer could be worth $423 today and even more tomorrow. To achieve the maximum price for your 1975 50-cent coin, you must take action. First, carefully examine your coin under good light. If it looks shiny and new with no wear, do not spend it. Second, if you believe it is a proof coin with mirror-like surfaces, handle it only by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Third, consider submitting your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, which will authenticate it, grade it, and seal it in a protective holder, dramatically increasing its market value and sale price.